Now, in the case of Play That Funky Music by Wild Cherry, which was a one-hit wonder, but a very good one, lots of people play the bass line at the same time. They play the same riff as the guitar. But actually it's this. And the reason why I'm being slightly more specific with this riff as opposed to others, do subscribe to my channel and have a look at the other bass lessons that I've given and all my other content, and you'll see that with some of the tabs I'm quite approximate, thinking, well, you know, it is what it is. You can, feel free to change bits and pieces. But in the case of Play That Funky Music, you have one riff that goes all the way through the verse. So if it's one thing, it's best to get that right repeated rather than play the same thing as the guitar. Now those hammer-ons, you need to make sure that 16th wise they are going to work. So Logan is going to play hi-hats for me at 16ths. So I'm going to play along with that. Lots of people, when they play hammer-ons, they rush the second note of the hammer-on. So this has to be timed with what you're doing here. Whatever tempo you're working at, and then it really impacts on that tune, because there are sort of just stabby guitar chords with horn lines and stuff, but if you've got the singer, I was a boogie singer playing in a rock and roll band, that bass line is really playing for that song. Everyone in a band plays for the song. It's whatever the song's about. So you're playing for the song, you're playing for the vocalist, so that it all ties in together. So going with Logan again. So I'm just rushing that a bit. It's important to really sit back. So the riff's in E, you've got an open E, and then you've got 5 and 7 on the A strings, you've got a D and an E. E, D, E. And then you've got this hammer-on thing. Now, sometimes I put in a little E beforehand, but actually, try it without. The less you can put in, sometimes the more impact it has. So you've got 5/7 and 5/7 on the E strings and A strings, which is that little sort of 16th riff there. Notice how I've made the notes short. Much more impact. I'm now going with the bass drum a bit. A bass drum doesn't go and last for ages, so if you make your your bass note really click in with that bass drum, both not only at the start, obviously, but also the bass drum itself only lasts half a second or so. The tone of the drum it's all done within half a second. So it's worth getting that in mind as well. So there's Play That Funky Music. It's simple, but really effective.